On the EverSmart City channel. My name is Mark Anthony, co-founder of EverSmart City. EverSmart City is an in real world real estate development that uses renewable energy like solar to power a smart community that uses shipping containers to build affordable housing as well as commercial space for business owners and entrepreneurs to own both their home and their storefront in a community that is built on the blockchain as well as has grows its own food, has its own community garden, farmers market, and like I mentioned, fully powered by renewable energy, almost off grid. If this is your first time seeing one of our videos, be sure to hit the like button as well as subscribe because we release videos all the time. And we've released a bunch of videos in the past, so be sure to check those out. So hit the notification bell so you can get an update or an alert on your phone every time we go live. And if you like talking about smart cities, sustainable communities, blockchain, crypto, NFTs, container homes, tiny homes, affordable homes, farmers market, growing your own food, hydroponics, agriculture, any of that cool stuff, we have a Discord. Jump in our Discord. This is where we continue these conversations where we love to meet new people like you guys. We love when you guys share us new articles and ask questions because we actually address the questions from the Discord right here live on YouTube. So today we are actually going to be talking about how can smart cities of the future use blockchain with transportation, or is there any way that blockchain can help cities become smart cities by implementing blockchain in transportation? And there's actually a lot of ways that can be done. There's a few companies that have been working on it for the past 5 years called DAV, which is a decentralized autonomous vehicle network, where essentially what they're looking to do is create um, a program and a software similar to Uber or Lyft, where it's a ride share. But these rideshare services are fully autonomous, self-driving vehicles, preferably even electric vehicles. Imagine if in the future, when you wanted to get in a car, the only way you could travel by car is by getting an Uber or Lyft, and an Uber or Lyft comes, and it's a self-driving electric vehicle. Now, we do have a lot of things similar to that, even here in Arizona, where we have the company Nikola that was trying to make electric semi trucks similar to Tesla. And we also have a company named Waymo, which is a rideshare app like Uber, like Lyft. But Waymo specializes initially in taking people, especially senior citizens, to doctor's appointments. That's how it originally started. And in Arizona, they've actually allowed autonomous vehicles or self-driving cars. So if you drive anywhere around Arizona, you'll see a Waymo van, or they have these new, I think Lexuses now, where the cars can completely drive themselves. I remember one day I was taking my wife's little brother to a kickboxing class, and we were driving down the road, and next to us was a van and there was nobody in it, and we decided to be late to class and continue to drive next to this personless vehicle driving down the road, and we just followed it for as long as we could until it pulled over, stopped in a parking lot, and it looked like it was waiting for a ride. um, it was very interesting that they use all these different technologies to help self-drive these cars. And in certain circumstances or situations where there's construction or potholes in the road, there's a big back office, a big team behind the scenes that can kind of remote control the cars from a computer. But in the future, where blockchain can really help is creating AI assisted software with user updates, where similar to when we use our say the Waze app or sometimes Google, and it asks if there's still a car parked on the shoulder, if there's still debris in the road, or police ahead, and it asks if it's still there or if it's not there anymore, and you kind of click to verify. Doing things like that and using technology like Waymo and Uber are using for their self-driving autonomous vehicles. They're basically cars with 7 to 10 cameras all around the car collecting data. Now imagine if all that data was collected and ran on a digital ledger like a blockchain, and an AI assisted program could cipher through that data and be able to make instantly fast decision making. One of the things that this could do, as well as having all these cars that are autonomous on a blockchain, especially on a rideshare app like Uber or Lyft or even Waymo, every vehicle has a start point, a pickup point, and a destination, which is very special because that's data. It says where every vehicle is going. Imagine if all that was on a blockchain, like I mentioned. The only way to travel in the future were to be using a rideshare app like Uber or Lyft, and they basically use autonomous self-driving vehicles like a Tesla. And every time you wanted to get in a vehicle, it would know where you are and where you're going, all on a blockchain. So every vehicle would know its destination. Imagine how smooth traffic could go if every vehicle had a GPS destination, um, pretty much updated on a blockchain. So every vehicle in the road was connected through a blockchain network, so they all knew where each other are and where each other are going, as well as all these camera sensors to help really monitor really where they are and verify. Imagine if all that was on a blockchain. So there's a lot of different ways that blockchain can help in transportation as well as in traffic control. I mentioned the GPS. Now imagine if the streetlights connected to this same blockchain and allowed traffic to flow based on demand, right? And the streetlights could essentially connected to the same blockchain, know where all the traffic is and where the traffic is going, and it could AI assist assort traffic through the blockchain using an AI program to help really monitor this at a very high level. So there's a bunch of different ways that blockchain can help, as well as, like I mentioned, verifying if there's an accident on the side of the road, verifying is it there or not. One of the things that blockchain can really help with is the emergency services or first response on the road. You know, as soon as something were to happen on the road, the blockchain would get updated and first responders would be immediately notified. They wouldn't even have to wait for somebody to make a 911 call immediately. Uh, the program, the computers inside the car would update everyone at an instant, and emergency response could be so much faster and so much more well prepared with all the data collected on the ledger, on the blockchain ledger from the vehicles. So it could be very, really interesting to see what cities in the future begin to implement in terms of using blockchain to help in traffic, or even just helping with assisted AI data. Even just something from as simple to traffic lights, it's something that can extremely help traffic flow in big cities like LA, New York, Phoenix, Houston, Dallas, Miami, Chicago, Boston, really congested cities where the density is really, really high. And imagine a place where um, all this traffic is happening. Would we really need to have our cars in the same manner that they are? Meaning, where everybody's got to sit, driver's seat, passenger seat, back seat. If these cars were so self-driving because of all this blockchain technology and AI assistance with autonomous driving, could the cars just be not cars and we could just be like sitting in a limo bus or just type of style? So it get very interesting. A blockchain can help with transportation as well as that's just on the road. How we get into logistics with semi trucks and transporting and delivering items using blockchain and AI assistance for timing and logistics. Imagine all of our plane schedules. How many times do we miss connecting flights from because flights get delayed or flights get changed, seatings get overbooked, right? If the airline services started to use blockchain as a digital ledger to help them record all the data coming in and out and all the different moving pieces within the transportation realm of air flying, you know, a lot it could begin to run a lot smoother if they begin to implement blockchain in these different little ways. And it's going to be really exciting to see how blockchain begins to mold and help shape transportation in the future. We've all seen or heard of the Jetsons, like where they got the flying cars and that. was in the year 2050, I believe, or 2060, which is in a future to the point where that's something we can still create. So getting closer to that, blockchain can really help build better programs and software for our AI assisted technology to help us collect more data and sort through this data more organized, faster, safer, and something that really is harder to be hacked or edited or tampered with. There's a lot of different ways that blockchain can help smart cities improve their transportation inside the cities. These are just a few ideas and a few ways. Every smart city is going to be trying to use a pedestrian based city format, kind of like a project here in Arizona called cul-de-sac, where they basically have parking on the outside, and they're using these digital ledgers to help update people, using blockchain to know where there's empty parking spaces in the garage, so people just don't have to drive around in circles because it's a pedestrian only community. So people have to really park their cars. So one of the ways they're using this technology is to help people find places where to park their cars, and then when they come back to their car and it's in a huge parking lot or parking garage, helping them find their car so much faster through apps that kind of record, help them remember where they parked and where there's available parking. So there's so many different ways that using this technology, using this software, can begin to enhance and advance all of the ways that we transport and do logistics in cities going forward. So, guys, again, if you guys uh, want to get a first NFT backed by a in real world smart city, not a metaverse, a real world smart city, click the link below, grab the founder's key NFT, jump in the Discord, and we'd love to talk to you guys there.